Since I started managing social media content for clients back in 2009, I have been faced with the same issue. How do I create content constantly for my customers' social media accounts? And as more social networks have popped up and the creative mediums have changed, it has become increasingly difficult to know what to create. What do we agency members do? How do we keep up with the creative demand? How can we simplify and streamline this process? How can we keep our customers trendy and relevant but also engaging and goal-driven? In this video, I will break down for you what you should do to create content for your clients, and make sure to stay to the end of this video where I'm going to give you my high converting creativity tips. Hi, I'm Desiree Martinez, an agency owner, loyal Sendible customer since 2011, and your guide through all things social media management. Make sure to hit that subscribe button below if you are with an agency wanting to streamline your social media management workflow and stay up to date with all things social media marketing. One of the best parts of our job is that we get to consume social media. Even when we're aimlessly scrolling in our downtime, we can get struck by inspiration or come across a really brilliant post. Whenever this happens, save it. You need to be consuming and researching on that platform so you can not only have inspiration, but also an understanding of what is trending and relevant on the platform. Schedule part of your day or week as dedicated scrolling time so you can be intentionally engaging with your community and content on different platforms to gather ideas and inspiration for future posts. Collect all of your ideas into one place so you and your team can easily review them and brainstorm how you could be using and getting inspiration from these ideas for your clients. Now, when it comes to creating content, you have to step back and analyze some things. Starting out with one client at a time, you're going to want to think through the following. First, review your client's questionnaire to refresh you on the priorities of that specific client to make sure that you are keeping the brand story and goals in the forefront. Now, if your client questionnaire isn't fleshed out enough so that you can create content from scratch for your clients, Sendible has taken out the guesswork for you and put together 21 questions that every agency should ask with their new client questionnaire. And we want to give it to you. So go grab that free resource down in the link in the description down below. Establish with your clients the content pillars that they want to focus on. Content pillars act as a guide for their social media strategy and inform the types of content you need to post. For example, here are some of Sendible's content pillars: social media marketing tips, promotion for our social media holiday calendar, and celebratory team content. Spend time establishing 5 to 6 of these to funnel your research and keep your message and story on track. Next, decide the bandwidth that you have for this client, what skills or services are needed for them, and the budget that you have for them. This includes hours on the account. Most of the time, clients have different budgets and bandwidth requirements, so you want to make sure that you are allocating appropriately and not spending more than is budgeted for that client. Now, it's important to note that you might need to outsource work on occasion for your clients. For example, if they require a video post and you're not really a great videographer, you may need to hire someone else. This means you need to consider that when you're putting together the budget. Lastly, you want to set a schedule for content types. This means you want to know how much of each content type you're going to make. For example, if you have a client you post 5 days a week for and your agreement says that you need to include a 60-second vertical video for social sharing, that gives you a base for their schedule. You know you need to have one 60-second video and have 4 more content pieces to plan. So maybe you decide to do 1 carousel post, 1 text graphic, 1 poll, and 1 article share to go with one of their videos. Now you know what creative you need to produce: 1 60-second video, carousel graphics, and 1 text graphic. You also need to find and create 1 link and a poll based on your client's goals and objectives. With all this figured out, you now have a base of what you need to create, and if needed, you can connect with your client about what you need from them. In the interest of keeping you focused and on track, batch your client content. Based on the budget you set aside a dedicated time to batch their content, aka create a whole lot at once. I have found creating all of my content in one sitting for one client was easier because I am only focusing on one story, one brand, one goal versus trying to multitask through lots of brands. This saves you a lot of time and can keep you on task. Now, when you're batching your content one client at a time, you want to work through the following steps: writing the messaging, making or finding the creative, getting client approval, scheduling it out, and setting calendar reminders for manual tasks. I have found working in this order allows for a natural flow for the content, and it keeps me organized and on track for my clients' weekly and monthly social media plan. I try really hard to create my client content 1 month at a time because then it's easier for them to review and make necessary adjustments, engage in manual tasks and other daily activities instead of being in this loop of always trying to be creating and posting. This minimizes errors, missing days, and so many other countless issues. Trust me, it is always better to have too much content than not enough. Now, oftentimes we are dealing with small budgets and minimal time, which is why having the right tools makes all the difference. Here are my favorites. Kapwing makes video editing smart, accessible, and collaborative. Their easy-to-use interface focuses on creating social video incredibly easy. This tool is especially great for repurposing long-form content, creating GIFs, and adding subtitles or text to your videos. You can get a free account to Kapwing and get non-watermarked videos, access to all the tools, and so much more, making it incredibly valuable for any social media manager. Now, Canva is the industry standard for creating graphics. Their massive library of templates for social media graphics of all types is incredible. Sendible loved it so much they integrated an image editing tool in the Sendible app and also used the Canva plugin so you can resize and add design elements to your graphics before posting them on social media from the Sendible app. Canva also has great options for team collaborations, creating and saving templates, building out design profiles for each of your clients, and so much more. This really is a must-have tool if you're creating graphic content for your customers on a regular basis. The need for images is constant on social media, and if your client doesn't get you images on a regular basis, you will need stock images. That is where a service like Unsplash comes in. Unsplash is powered by creators and is an amazing resource for freely usable images for commercial and non-commercial purposes. What's amazing about Unsplash is that these are not your normal cheesy stock images. They are more lifestyle focused and with relatable people. When it comes to video production, a service like Storyblocks is an amazing resource. Creators from all corners of the globe contribute to this platform's incredibly affordable subscription service. Storyblocks focuses on having a vast library of content for those who want to make high quality videos fast. You can find videos for anything from dentistry to drone footage to cinematic shots. Canva does have a growing library of social video templates, but Animoto is dedicated to just easily making your own videos with their easy to use drag and drop video maker. This is a great option as they have a vast library of templates and stock video and the ability for you to create your own videos from scratch if you want. As promised, here are my tips for creating high converting content for your clients. All the social networks work really hard to create great tools and features so that you could use them. Reels and Stories have a ton of easy-to-use solutions, including subtitles, GIFs, and placing text on video. Rather than trying to create something that could be perceived as overly designed and highly produced, consider using their native features. Consumers like a more authentic experience that comes from using these native features. Now, I am a big fan of carousel posts for storytelling. I have found that content that gives people a reason to swipe left takes them on a journey that consumers like. From an algorithm perspective, the tool likes seeing customers spend more time on your content. When customers are engaging via swiping versus just viewing and scrolling, it performs so much better for you. Carousels are great for sharing steps, telling a story, or sharing an adventure. We all know that images perform best, but sometimes you just need to share some text. So whenever possible, use the background color option on your Facebook to allow for your post to stand out in a feed. One of the best things I ever did for my brand was create a GIF library that I use to respond to comments and DMs with a personal and humorous touch. I love Tenor, which is owned by Google. It's part of the Google keyboard for Android phones, and it's also in the Facebook GIF library. Alternatively, Giphy is the GIF library that Instagram uses for GIF stickers and on their platform. Both are free and worth taking the time to create a library in. You will find more and more uses for your GIFs the more you have them, I promise. I can't tell you how often I get screenshots from my friends and peers saying, "Hey, that's your face," from one of their thread comments. This is great for my brand recognition. When creating videos for social media, I have 3 big tips. First, the shorter the better. Social isn't about being long-winded and building anticipation. You need to get in there and grab their attention ASAP because you have seconds to get their attention. The majority of people consume videos on their mobile devices and you have a thumb scroll to get them hooked. Once you have them, Get them to the point as quickly as possible and as effectively as possible. Next, always add text to your videos. This especially applies to closed captions. 84% of people are watching video without sound. If you are trying to share information in any way, text will keep them watching and allow for you to share your information. Now, as a part of your research, you need to be paying attention to style trends. Part of staying trendy and relevant is matching an aesthetic or style that is popular for your social network of choice. When you use a tool like Canva or Animoto, they often have popular templates on their homepage that match the current trends as well. Now, when in doubt, I want you to post an image. Images will not be as engaging as video, but they always have some level of good performance, and especially if they have the right messaging with them. An image can always be the foundation of any post and will ensure the best possible results for your message, call to action, or link that you're trying to share. Now that you are ready to create great content, what do you post about? Watch this video right here where I'm going to share with you some social media post ideas to simplify your content creation. And watch this video here because YouTube thinks you are really going to like it. Until then, remember, keep it simple.